Yeah, what's up for a nightcap? Chill, you know, kick back.
And welcome to the Nightcap. I'm your host, Carolina Sanchez. And as you know, here on the Nightcap, we like to unwind and relax and have great conversation with a cocktail in hand. So tonight, with me, I've got my friends Ed, Lena, Lady, and Scott. And we're talking all about OnlyFans. And it's not what you expect. You know that there are 150 million users and just 1.5 million creators, and they're making $5 billion annually. So here with me is Lena Luxxe, one of the top 3 creators on OnlyFans. Wow, girl, how do you even achieve that?
Lots of dedication and a lot of time.
A lot of time. Yeah, because my girlfriends and I were always talking about, you know, we're gonna quit our jobs, we're gonna sell feet pics and make all the bank on OnlyFans, but it's not that easy.
Everyone seems to think that it is that easy, but I think a lot of it is giving up your time to communicate with your subscribers.
But like, I have to know, how did you actually decide to get from A to B? How did you decide to dive in and actually take that risk?
So you remember the winter storm of 2021?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of Houston remembers that.
Yes, so my house was flooded in 3 different parts of my home. I was recovering from major surgery. So I was at my dad's for 3 days. It was flooding.
And you had no idea?
Upstairs, downstairs, no idea. I showed up, I saw the wreckage. I contacted my insurance that I've been paying on time for 10 years, and they said, you're not covered.
Oh my God.
Everything was destroyed.
Right.
The house was destroyed. Backpacks, belongings, furniture, clothes, everything.
And who lives with you? Is it just you? Or?
Just me and my kids. I have 3 kids.
And you have 3 kids, so you have to worry about them.
Yes.
To support them, and now their house is gone, your house is gone.
Everything that they had, their laptops, their tablets, everything.
So you take the dive and you go into OnlyFans.
I started, I was very humble about it. I was like, if you're interested, I'm doing this. I started very like modest, like I'm just gonna post little risque, you know, nothing crazy. And surprisingly, like the support was very positive. And I told people, like, if you have a problem, here's my Cash App, here's my Zelle, here's my Venmo. If you have a problem, you can pay to fix this up. And I was shocked at the amount of support that I got from my friends and family, that they were like, I understand what you're going through, and I can't help you on that level, because it was over $120,000 in damages.
$120,000, and you have that renovated now.
Yes.
Because of OnlyFans.
Completely, beautifully, amazingly.
So you started very humbly. You were, you know, just showing a little bit of skin.
Yes.
But how do you get to that 150,000?
I initially was over 300 pounds. I loved myself. I thought I was beautiful at that point. I shared my story being that weight and my journey along the way to, you know, losing 164 pounds and getting my skin removal, and everybody really appreciated like the transparency of it all. That's how I built my social media, and of course that comes with, oh my God, she's so sexy, I love her confidence, I love how she's just so like in control.
Yeah.
So then whenever it got onto OnlyFans, I posted my boudoir photos. That's what I've always done.
Yeah.
But the more risque versions, the more rated X versions. And then from that came
But like,
video.
what's rated X? Like, are you showing nipple? Are you showing?
Just the top for now.
Okay.
If it ever comes to that point, I will show my bottom, but at this point in time, I'm still only doing topless, and I love to dance. And they love to see me dance. They love to hear their name. They love to be acknowledged.
Oh.
Yes.
So, I mean, I guess you're basically building a relationship.
Yes,
with
it's
people who
100%
subscribe.
the girlfriend experience without all of the extra necessities of, oh, I have to cater to this woman all the time. Truthfully, a lot of people in this world are extremely needy creatures. And these people that are my subscribers, they want a character like myself full time, but they could never commit to the financial responsibilities of my character. So this is how they are able to do that without diving into a full-blown relationship. There's a lot of psychology.
Yeah, but I feel like that's like emotionally taxing, right? Like you're having to respond to them, and they're probably hitting you up with all their problems, and you're just like,
it's the best. I honestly feel like it's a great experience to help men with their mental health, because they come to you and they're like, hey, I want to see your tits bounce, but I also want to tell you about the problem with my mom today.
oh my God.
And you get to talk to them about it, and you get to play therapist with them and say like, hey, maybe see it from her point of view. You're still living with her and you're 35. Like, this is tough for her.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I never would have guessed that.
Yeah.
So I get guys who come in and they're just like, I need relationship advice. Help me. I'm dating somebody. I want to empower her for her confidence. And it's phenomenal, like the capacity of what I get to act. Like they deem me their queen. They deem me their goddess. And they say, like, tell me what to do.
Do you have any weird subscribers,
Oh,
or are they all
course.
sweet and nice?
Of course. But they get swamped out pretty fast because I have a ton of subscribers. And so with that, I get to pick and choose who is going to be my target clientele. So there's ones that come with the disrespect, and I'm like, if you want to talk to me that way, you're going to have to pay for it significantly. And most of them, they cannot. So then they get rushed out or blocked or deleted.
They cannot afford your time, baby.
Exactly.
I love that. We should head to the bar, though, and get Lady and Scott into this conversation. We'll be right back after the break.
You're watching the Nightcap on Fox 26.
Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to the Nightcap. As you know, we love to unwind, and what better way than with a cocktail? And so we have bespoke cocktail designer Ed Warner, who is world-renowned, guys, making us his latest, I guess, design? Is that what you like to call
Well,
it?
it's a cocktail, and what I'm making right now is going to be a blueberry dragon fruit Mezcal Margarita.
What? Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, it's pretty good. If you don't know, dragon fruit is that funny looking fruit you see in the supermarket, and this is what the flesh looks like.
Ever so delicious.
They are very good. It has the taste profile sort of like an apple, but you can get yellow dragon fruit that's extremely sweet.
What exactly is the award that you won?
Well, it was a local award here for this cooler, but I represented Houston in the Limavady single Irish malt whiskey Leap of the Dog competition to represent Texas in Dublin, Ireland, and I won there. And basically what I did is I did a riff on an old fashioned. I did what's called fat washing, where I added lamb fat to the Irish whiskey along with black truffles. So I infused it with black truffles, so the whiskey itself is like crazy good. And so together, it was a nice savory type of old fashioned, but a couple of the judges told me after the competition that if I just poured the whiskey on a cube of ice, I'd have won the competition.
Damn.
Yeah, it was that good.
And is that these right here?
No, these are awards
at
from the
these.
Maker's Mark Power of the Palate Rep Your City competition. I've won the last 2 years in a row.
Wow.
2020, 2021, and the cocktail that I'm going to enter this year is going to be called the Tray to represent 3rd Ward Houston, and also my 3rd consecutive win.
There we go. That's what we're talking about. He's going to get 3 in a row, and he's right here on the Nightcap. All right, are you about to pour up this new drink?
So I'm going to give this a shake.
Okay. Yes. Oh, yeah. That is beautiful, and it looks refreshing.
You want to top it with some grapefruit soda?
Oh, yeah. It's gorgeous.
Mix it around.
I can't believe you made this up on the fly. But that's why you're world-renowned, right? International, baby.
Salute.
Salud.
It's pretty freaking good.
That's perfect. And as you know, you can get the recipe on the Nightcap social media, and you gotta follow Ed Warner. You just must. But now we're going back to our OnlyFans conversation, because joining me and Lena is Scott Shunk. He's a man showing it all off, who has nearly 500 subscribers. Oh my God, that doesn't look like a bad time to me. Just being on the beach and showing off the body.
It's rough. It's rough.
It's a rough life, yeah.
I've-
You literally flew in today.
I literally flew in today. I am more on the beach than I am in the city, but yeah.
But you have a very interesting origin story. Not as tragic as Lena. We've got MIT to OnlyFans.
MIT to OnlyFans.
How the
indeed.
hell do we go from MIT to OnlyFans?
Well, many years at the Institute as a research director, working in the humanities side of MIT, which doesn't get a lot of acclaim. But yeah, I ended up coming down to Houston, and I was at a gala, which I didn't know what a gala was until I moved to Houston, and someone said to me, I was describing what I was doing, and they're like, but you're so pretty. And in Houston, you can be smart or you can be pretty, boy, but don't do both.
Oh.
So I decided I'd go with pretty for a minute. So anyway, sort of decided not to go back to work. The daddy thing was kind of getting big in social media and modeling, older guys and with some gray, with some buff to them. And I built an IG, my modeling took off, and then segued into more adult modeling.
Wow. Okay, so Silver Fox from MIT gets dirty, basically. So, I mean, how was taking the plunge from just leaving and saying, you know what, I'm going to pursue this modeling career?
It was very easy. I was done. I kind of like to finish things and then start the next thing.
Got
And,
you.
it was the next thing.
Okay, so the transition from modeling to OnlyFans, though, how was that?
It was a pretty seamless thing. I had been doing IG for a number of years, loved it, got a nice following on IG, got a lot of great fans, a lot of great feedback, a lot of great work out of it. And it just kept coming, fans kept getting bigger and bigger, and my followers just kept DMing me, hey, what's your OnlyFans? Hey, what's your OnlyFans? And I kept thinking, am I going to run for Senate? Am I going back to MIT? You know, if I do OnlyFans,
Right.
these may not be in the cards.
Right.
So at any rate, it's at one point I just, after sort of, we were just talking about this, you know, sort of approaching some friends and getting counsel, and everyone was sort of like, nah, just do it. And I started the fans because anyway, it was just simply the requests on IG and Twitter. I jumped in and it was great. And it was just really another expression for me. I'd been shooting a lot of the content along the way because I did a lot of underwear, a lot of swimwear.
Oh, so you had all the modeling stuff.
I had the modeling stuff there, but I
But
also did.
OnlyFans is a little dirty. So what all do you do?
And I was shooting all that, and then I'd shoot raw too, and while I was doing that, so then I had all this raw content, you know.
I'm so sorry. When you say raw, what do you mean by raw?
Sans clothing.
Sans clothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I had all the content. I'd been shooting all this stuff in these great locations, and I had a lot of nude material. And so I just started building the fans with some of this stuff, and from there, fans kind of, you know, as discussed, it takes on a life of its own with your subscribers, and they start kind of guiding you what they're looking for in terms of content.
And so, like, Lena, let me bring you into this conversation. How do you know? Like, when do you decide to just take that extra step to do a little bit more, to undress a little bit more, to, you know?
You set your boundaries and your comfort level. It's just like a relationship. You know, you're with a partner, and after so much time, you'll say, hey, I'm comfortable going to the next level here. Who is interested in seeing this kind of content? And then you just kind of build up on there. I have a few subscribers that, if they were to ever inquire for further video looks of me, I would be comfortable sharing that with them.
Because you've built that relationship.
I've built that relationship.
I do custom requests. So when people will message me and they're like, hey, would you be willing to do this, this, and this in a video? And, you know, we discuss time, and, you know, I charge whatever it can be. It's usually about it can be a couple $100 a minute. It can be so whatever. And so then I'll be willing to do a custom video for some of these people. Some of those pieces I edit then and we'll put up on the page. Some of the stuff then gets edited, and there's a myriad of ways to monetize your fans' content.
Yes.
Pay-per-view, these kinds of things. So it's really just sort of you work with your subscribers. You try new things out. You sort of get creative. For me, again, like I'm sure like Lena, it was another form of expression. The different from some of the other social sites. I don't look at OnlyFans substantially differently than I look at Twitter or my IG.
Interesting.
It's not really dirty per se. It's very much just saying
mine's very
I'm going to monetize my interactions. I'm going to monetize the attention that I give out.
Next vlog, we're going to be talking about dating. Well, when we come back, we're going to ask fans out there what they think about dating OnlyFans content creators. You may be surprised with what they have to say.
We watching the Nightcap with Fox 26. Don't go nowhere, you know what I'm talking about?
What's up, it's your girl Jenny from the block, and we're out here on Main Street asking these people some spicy questions. Yes. You're gonna wanna hear these answers. I got a question, would you date an OnlyFans model?
Why not?
Get your bag. Get your bag.
She said get the money,
The
baby.
money. At the end of the day, if you're coming home to me, it's all right.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
He say nobody have time for that, okay?
I did.
How was it?
It was okay. I made a little bit of money. I got some stuff bought for me.
Money.
Yeah, and it was all good.
Oh, absolutely.
Is it about that money?
I mean, the money's pretty crazy and unreal, but not really.
Why would you do that? You know, keep your stuff private. That's too much going on. Yes. Why are you doing all that? That's just embarrassing to your significant other if you is to have one.
Depends on what they doing. They selling now,
He ain't with that life, baby. Don't be out here selling coochie. Don't be out here selling coochie.
Don't be selling that now, goddamn it.
I think I would. It's based on trust. So if I trust him and he trusts me, we both have an OnlyFans or he does, why not?
Okay, make that money, make that money.
No, ma'am. Because only for me.
Can y'all dig it?
As long as your OnlyFans stay fans and they're not like only groupies, like only other girlfriends, then yeah.
Hell nah.
Why not? Why not?
Would I be an OnlyFans? Yes. Because I make that money.
That's right.
So is it about making that money? Is it about trust? Here with me is Lena, Luxxe, and Scott Shunk, who are both OnlyFans creators. What did you guys think about that? Is it about the money? Is it about trust? Is it about all those things?
No, I don't know. I don't find that any of that has ever really come up for me in my relationship.
And you're in a relationship and have been since the beginning. How has that been for you on this ride? Because obviously it requires a lot of your attention away from your partner, right? So what's that like?
From the inception, I've been with the person that I've been with. She was very supportive of the idea and was there with me all the way from the beginning, from the IG stuff into the OnlyFans stuff. And again, in my case, most of my subscribers are men. So it's not challenging to her, and she's not afraid that I'm going to be stepping out.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, occasionally jealousy definitely arises, because I do have a lot of female fans that come in from other social channels.
So there is a little bit jealousy there.
Yeah, it exists, but it's all manageable. Every relationship has to have that trust, and as long as there's transparency, and we really maintain transparency, we make it work.
But to manage a relationship, we got to be able to get one, right, Lena? How hard has it been?
It's exhausting, honestly. You tell somebody like, hey, from the get-go, I create content on this platform. Just want to put that out there. I'm happy to show you DMs, happy to show you messages, happy to show you the content after a certain level. And every single time it does end up being a money thing. Yeah, so I make a significant amount on OnlyFans, and then these people present themselves as I can handle that. But then when the time comes, I have not necessarily an expensive taste, but I like good things. I work very hard for what I have, and so because of that, I'm gonna get it for myself if you can't. And so it ends up being emasculating for those types of characters.
Yeah.
So fishing through those characters has been
very difficult.
A fun journey.
And it's not only that, it's women who look amazing on social media and outside of it, like our dear Lady MaCallan, the sex expert who loves joining us here on the Nightcap. And she knows how to reveal it all, talk about it all.
All of it.
But I feel like it's always so intimidating for men and women when people are empowered and have no problem showing everything that they've got.
Absolutely, absolutely. I have a completely different situation from these two. They do the tease, the happy, the relationship stuff, the effort. I am a pure sadist. So I do the whip me, beat me, call me Nancy stuff. I don't do any nudity at all. I don't have to. It's more like a degradation thing. It's a completely different situation.
So what kind of client is that?
It is people that you wouldn't expect. I get a lot of younger clientele that I usually turn away because they're trying to experiment in the kink world. Then I'll get the occasional unicorn, like a CEO of a company, who wants me to, spank him and call him pathetic. And I guess that's my clientele. I have men and women. They have so much external pressure. Their jobs are high paying, high pressure, high everything. And they want somebody to take that away from them for a second so that they can just feel.
So I feel like you guys are all basically therapists. It seems like at the end of the day.
In a way, in different ways,
Different pay
absolutely.
grade.
Yeah, absolutely different.
But so then when you're being a therapist to all of your subscribers or your clients, like how is that for your partner? Like, is it easy to find a partner, A, and B, is it easy to keep them and have that trust maintained?
I go to therapy every week. So That's a criteria that you need to have gone through therapy before we even date, because
she really does have the requirements, seriously.
Mental health is important.
Extremely.
For me, it's so much easier for me. We talk about this all the time. It's so much easier for me because I have actually a personality disorder. I have a very severe dissociative disorder. So I can literally be talking to somebody and happy, and then they're like, oh, I don't like you anymore. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. And I forget they exist. It's a great thing for what we do, because where she'll get really involved and he'll get really involved wanting to help this person, I'm like, ew, you're gross, go away. And
I need the ick.
yeah, I'm like this. Okay, I've had enough of this. And they love that. But with them, they're getting like the experience. They're getting like, you know, I want to feel special. With me, I want you to feel like a worm. So yeah, it's different.
Okay, well, I know I want to know more about you guys, and I'm sure all the viewers do too. So you can find Lena Luxxe where on social?
On Instagram, Queen+X, or on Twitter, that's more risque. Lena Luxxe con dos X's.
And Lady?
Mine's Lady MaCallan. It's LadyMaCallan, like the whiskey.
And Scott Shunk?
My Instagram is @BodyCultFitness, one word, BodyCultFitness, and my Twitter is BCultFitness.
We'll be back with more drinks and, you know, all the feel-goods here with the OnlyFans creators and the sadist, apparently.
You're watching the Nightcap on Fox 26. Don't go anywhere.
All right, it's the end of the night here at the Nightcap, and we had a wonderful conversation. We learned it ain't easy being an OnlyFans creator. It ain't for everyone. You can't just sign up and sell your feet pics. It ain't that easy. But you should be confident in yourself and no matter what you do. And who cares what anybody else says? If you're gonna make that money, do you boo-boo. Remember to join us here tomorrow. The party continues.
Yeah, what's up for a nightcap? Chill, you know, kick back.